I'm ready whenever you are. I can, like, just go check myself in the office, and then whenever you're ready, I can just be in character.
Ow.
Don't do that. Don't hurt yourself.
We'll just both go to the
I'll
inn,
consider
and
it.
then I can give you like a minute or two.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll put this
The inn.
Dude, where the
Yeah.
fuck does she sleep? There's
She
no
probably
bed
has a
in there.
house, like, downstairs. Well, yeah, she doesn't sleep in her office. Let me just sleep on the couch.
So there's no bed in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no bed
It
in
folds
here.
out into a sofa bed or something.
Yeah,
That's her
that'd
secret.
be kind of funny.
She's homeless.
Guys, I just wanted to sit so I could have a house. Okay. I will be in character. We have a chip ghost. Alright, I'm going in character.
Knock knock.
Door's open. You can come in.
Hello.
Good evening, Shell.
How are you doing
And
this
how are
evening?
you faring? Oh, well. I'm alright. Busy. Keeping busy. How are you?
Same, I suppose. I brought some tea and bread. Sadly, I don't have a report for you this time, so...
Well, maybe that's a good thing. You know, this mission so soon. If you want to just leave it on the desk, that's... I don't really have a very good table for it, so...
You okay?
Hopefully the city has been treating you all well.
Yeah, it's been pretty decent. I haven't... Well... run into... The city has been fine. There's been a few rough spots per usual, but... They'll come in
I guess to be expected.
thing later. Yeah, there's been a few of the usual issues, and then a completely different issue.
Completely different issue.
But yeah, I need to get more information about that before I say much about it, because I don't want to give just the bits and pieces.
That's alright. No worries. I'm sure I'll be hearing a lot of things after we depart anyway, so...
Yeah. I'm going to be going with the group tomorrow, so I wanted to stop by and say hi, spend some time before I maybe go get my ass handed to me.
Why don't we take a seat so that we're not standing? I'll come around the table so we're not talking over the desk. I feel like that's a little too formal for this occasion.
Would you like some tea, or would you want to save it for later?
I wouldn't mind tea. You know, next time you come in here, maybe I'll have something to offer you. Seeing as you always bring some sort of thing, treat, or what have you.
Well, you are cooped up here quite often, so I want to make sure that you're getting something at the very least, and I'm coming in and harassing you of sorts, so I figure I should bring a peace offering.
Peace offering. I guess this is the expectation of whatever it is I do, I guess. Run a guild and a ship full of people.
Yeah,
But
ship full of people that come from everywhere.
that does make it infinitely more difficult, but I think we're doing fine right now. Aside from the troublemakers, so.
Yeah, well, that's why I like to come visit, and I try and bring you some stuff. Like I said, I can understand the position you're in, so I don't really see too many people come visit you, just to come chat and spend time, so.
I suppose I don't blame them, but I don't mind the company, so thank you. Are you... How are you feeling about the expedition?
Hard to say. There's a lot of unknowns.
Mm.
And it's a pretty decent selection of people. There's a few that are a little hard-headed, but at the same time, there's quite a few that I've never really focused on how they usually are, or how they fight and work with a group. So, fair bit of unknowns, but I believe in one way or another, we'll get something finished.
That is the goal. Even if just a little more information, that would go a long way. But I thank you all for taking on the task, even despite it being so vague.
I will never give certainties until I am actually certain of the outcome, so they tend to say. I can't necessarily say, we'll get it done, or and we're not going to, because you never know.
Of course.
Too much unknown. I can say we'll do our best.
That's all that can be asked of you. Oh.
It won't be difficult, I'm sure. From everything I've heard about what people have encountered from those that have gone down and checked on that rune. Have you been informed of that?
I don't believe so. Well, you mean another one then? Not the one on the ship, not the one in Valinor.
Yeah, there's another one. I sadly don't have much information on it myself. Something to do with time, I believe, in specific. I think some people tried hitting it, and it gave them, like, visions. It also exploded because they'd hit it.
Yeah. Maybe that's something to touch on. I might encourage the organizers to potentially spread word not to do things like that. I've heard.
Yeah. I mean,
like I said, there's a reason why the one down there is not gone yet. Why we've not touched it.
yeah, I think the first attempts, people hit it to try and break it, and then the other one was people touched it. And obviously the hitting made it, not too terribly happy, and it exploded. And then the touching gave them, like, some form of vision or hallucination of some sort.
Well,
I think somebody said that some people came out of it, but that might be something different.
people came out of it.
People in white.
Weird.
Or they're related to it in some way. But that's just third-hand, so don't take it as an assured thing, as I'm not 100% certain that's what I exactly heard, but from bits and pieces, that's just...
When we leave, depending on what information we have, we'll perhaps have some sort of, not meeting, but discussion. A brief one for anyone interested, I guess. We would have to disperse the info anyway, but it would also be good to just maybe warn people not to touch the runes.
Yeah, when they came back and they said, oh yeah, we hit it and it exploded, I was just like, so, I don't know anything about runes or magic, but even I know you shouldn't hit the giant runes on a wall that you don't know anything about.
Yeah. Well, it seems like maybe they learned the hard way, Maybe they won't do that again, but...
And I am 90% sure the person that hit the runes was that Kitsune from, I'm misplacing the name. I think she has like 6 tails, red, works for the queen. Has a giant club or giant bow.
I believe I've seen her around once or twice. Yeah.
But you would think somebody like that would understand not to hit the runes with an object.
Maybe. Though, I can also understand the curiosity and just trying things to get more intel about it.
Yeah. Usually when hitting it would be a last thing, and you'd like throw something at it from far away. At least that's what I would do.
Probably would have been a little smarter. Oh well, it's happened, and I assume people are okay. Granted, you haven't said anything. I would imagine someone would have said something if something horrible happened.
I think there was I think the worst was some minor injuries from the obvious explosion. But I don't think there's anything significant.
That's good.
next day or two. Depending on how tomorrow goes, I can try and make sure I get some more notes in regards to it and specifics.
I suspect that not long after our missions conclude, we'll be departing, considering we weren't meant to stay in Renivore as long as we have. We were granted a very short period of time, and it's only been extended because of the ongoings. So, likely we will have when people come back, and then we will be asked to leave. We can always come back to it, if anything. I'm sure... I hope there will be times where we visit again, but who knows?
Maybe if we delve further into the ruins, we should probably come back, since we obviously know what's there, so... We just don't really have the time to poke at it too much currently.
I may see if there are any potential connections to at least keep the rune checked on while we're not there. I'll have to see.
I haven't encountered too many locals that are exactly very talkative, but I've also been going back and forth dealing with stuff, so... There is a woman that works, well, she works at a shop there that deals with a lot of magical bits and bobs and what have you. She might be a good choice considering her knowledge of the magical items, but once again, that would require somebody that's willing to go down there. I don't think we didn't encounter anything like hostile until we went deeper. So, from what I heard, but
if not,
I just don't remember them saying anything.
If not, then setting up periodic investigations I don't think would be too hard. We might have to sacrifice an emergency vessel for it, but I think mysterious rune versus one small ship, that might be more important.
Yeah. I don't know how difficult it is to make those little ships, but, I mean, sure. It'd be
I wouldn't know.
especially for those runes, it'd probably be a good sacrifice.
That does bring up a point of why we haven't sent one to Valinor, though, but I think something happened to that one, I'm not sure. Something similar, I guess. Messing with it, explosions and what have you. Mia told me more.
Something to look into in the future, I suppose. But how are you faring? You holding up alright?
Mostly. Admittedly, I'm a little nervous for what's been happening, but otherwise fine. I don't have anything new on my end. Just trying to work out mithril trades and what have you.
That's fair.
Trying to figure out where we're going after this as well. I suspect either it'll be Keshin or we'll continue heading east somewhere, maybe back to I don't well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm figuring it out.
I just have to see what. I guess it depends on what you're following in regards to the direction to go.
Well, originally we were following where we suspected the journal to lead. But when we leave here, I don't know where we're going after that. We could try to follow a different journal, I guess. Or we could head back out of Celesta. Maybe back up to somewhere in Keshin, or we could go north. Maybe Valinor will take us again, I'm not sure.
Either find some place nearby to either possibly see if we get anything more in the journals, or just kind of follow one of the new one, or a journal we haven't followed yet. That'd probably be the best bet for following the journals.
Likely. And there was the second dream that happened a couple months back as well. I don't know. I'm sure everyone will be informed when a decision is made. And likely it'll be on the path to our next investigation. But that's for the guild, primarily. I'm fine. Just busy.
Okay. I figure there should be at least somebody to come check on you and see if you're doing okay.
As good as I can. Appreciate it. Like I said, visiting and all.
Well, you can definitely rely on me to come check on you and make sure you're not overworking yourself. Somewhat stuck with me. I've got nowhere else to go.
Cats in the walls, I had to let it out.
In the walls.
In the walls. I've talked a lot about nonsense. What have you been up to?
Quite alright. I don't mind listening. But I haven't been up to too terribly much. My usual, I suppose, just making sure people aren't ripping each other's throats out. There's the shop in specific has a spear that I've very strongly been considering.
Always nice getting new equipment.
Yeah, especially since we keep fighting large creatures.
Yes, we always seem to find ourselves in that situation.
My sword is a bit wanting when it comes to large creatures. And the sphere seems to have some benefits that will be handy. It'll probably take time getting used to, since it's the runically enhanced or enchanted. I'm not sure the correct term for it.
I think both are correct. I think enchanted is the proper term. But people say all sorts of things. I hear rune crafted, rune smithed, rune enchanted, Yes.
So, I've been considering that, because Yeah, it's just I've had the same equipment for years, so and then now that I'm dealing with more than just wolves or bandits, I feel it's probably better I try and adapt best I can.
Hmm. It's probably smart.
As weird as it will be to get used to a magic thing.
That's right, you didn't have any of that where you come from. Mm-mm.
No.
I'm curious how quickly you'll pick it up, I suppose. It's very, very for everyone,
Yeah.
but I think this is a unique case.
I'm definitely also interested in that. See how long. I know the handling the spear itself, I'll be able to do just fine. I've used plenty of spears. But figuring out how to make it do the thing, I don't have any basis. So I have no clue what I'm going to be doing. I just hope I don't get annoyed and like flail it around and it just fires off randomly. Takes out a window or something.
I don't know. I think you have to be actively. I mean, I guess if you don't have control over your mana output, that would do it. But or if it's, I don't know. I guess if you're just training with it on the ship, just do it in the barrier.
I intend to.
Good.
Do you have any tips?
I think one of the hardest things you're going to encounter is probably, well, it's an item, not a... Okay. I suppose this would still work out. If you're trying to input mana into a device, and this is the same as spells, as a new learner, you're going to struggle with trying to focus the mana into a direction. So, you might try to focus it into your hand if you're holding the spear, and, just when you're first trying, do it in a space without distraction. And once you get the hang of the feeling of channeling, then you can probably more confidently do it in other spaces. Because you are effectively just really focusing on a part of your body that you want to channel it into.
Kind of sounds like I need to almost learn to use a muscle that I don't normally have, or something like that.
Basically.
I suppose if you're interested and there's days or nights that you're not too terribly buried in paperwork, if you'd like to come down to the training area and give me some tips, I'd appreciate it.
I wouldn't mind. I miss having an apprentice. Not that I really had one for long, but living as long as I have, I've helped others. But yes, I wouldn't mind. I can either make time or let you know when I'm free.
That would be wonderful. Another chance to, 1, get you out of the office, and 2, get to spend some more time.
That it would be.
Also, you get to watch me flail with the magic.
It would be I suppose the most chaos that I would be seeing since however long ago, so I guess I'm not complaining, though I don't want you to hurt yourself.
some number of scars on me. I think I'm pretty sturdy.
Oh, that's good. Maybe you'll do a little better than if it backfires. Luckily, the medical building is right there. It's specifically placed there for that reason.
And very true. I have a friend that works there too. So just can I get some help, please?
That's good.
I guess if I continue down this whole path of magic stuff, you'll have a very unique apprentice of sorts. If you wish it, if it goes that way.
I wouldn't mind a challenge, but...
Well, I definitely wouldn't mind learning about magic in general.
Mm. It is quite a big leap. So I suppose only if you're sure.
Yeah, especially for somebody like myself.
Mm.
Were you always able to do magic, or did you gain fascination in it and start learning?
I don't know. Normal spells. Like dream magic. I can do a little bit of dream magic. That wasn't something I picked up until after I discovered about the reason the ship even exists. But the chronomancy, which is something I very rarely practice to begin with, is a weird phenomenon, and likely was there since forever. So I guess in a way I've always been doing magic, but also not really. It wasn't really a choice, so...
I mean, do you enjoy magic?
I do, with what little of it I can actually perform. I enjoy the world's magic laws. The things that everyone can tap into. But it's not like it's a curse, the chronomancy, it's just there. So that sort of taints my judgment of magic as a whole. Because I have this thing that I don't know where it comes from.
I mean, there might be an answer, but obviously, due to my past, I obviously wouldn't know it, but is there a source? Or, like, is there an answer to that for all of the other magic? Like, where it comes from? Is it chronomancy just a type of magic?
It is, but it's not something someone can just pick up, I guess. There are plenty of...
If you wanted to.
No, probably not. I could try, but... One, it's probably not a good idea. But two, I don't even think it's possible. I think if it was, there would be way more seers around. But...
That's fair.
There is a reason it is outlawed.
if there was a way to take some of the burden off of you, if learning that would have helped, then something interesting to try, but I guess with it being that unique, I guess wouldn't be able to that in the first place.
It is a kind gesture, but it is... At this point, it is more of a burden. I seek no pity for it, but you would be hunted if word ever got out. It does make me curious, though. I know you're unfamiliar, but if you could practice some magic, just theoretically, if you could practice anything.
What would I practice if I could?
Yeah. Just... doesn't even need to be something you set in stone. Just, I guess, anything you're interested in, maybe.
Frankly, I'm unsure. There's very little that I know.
Hmm.
I've never really gotten a book to look into it. I mean, my curiosity has increased over my time here, and spending time around individuals. So, it's kind of, I guess, reaching that point of, can I even? And what would I? I just don't know what's out there or what I would try, or what would be best suited for me.
It's fair. If you do ever express interest beyond the sphere, I'm sure there's things in the library that could answer your questions.
Is there a way to tell if I'm even... Like, is it possible to just not be able to do magic? Because I don't even know if I can or not. I mean, I've been
I think so.
all my life, so I don't even know. I don't know if that'll affect me or not.
I mean, there's a variety of reasons why. I mean, it could be as extreme as you are hexed for some reason, which, unless you sincerely believe that, I doubt. There is also maybe something could be off with your mana pool. For instance, it's not uncommon to have some sort of, I suppose, some form of disability or mutation with your mana pool as well. Which is something you would need to see a doctor about, but to determine.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how would I figure that out? I am unsure. I mean, do you have anything that you feel might suit me or something? Like I said, this is all kind of new ground to me, so...
No, not off the top of my head. It was a shot in the dark to see if you had any curiosity, since you mentioned the spear, but I don't have anything. In my head, at least.
Yeah. I mean, maybe in time I'll have something. Like I said, I do try and adapt to, what's going on, so maybe something down the line will convince me of one way or another, but even then, at the moment, I don't even know what paths there are when it comes to magic.
That's fair. I won't go into it right now, but there's quite a few, so if ever you did express interest. But magic is not a requirement, of course. Just curious.
It's just an interest, because, I never had it really, well, technically we had it back home, but that was just outsiders. So the only time I interacted with it back then was, dealing with the outsiders, that sort of thing whenever they didn't show up wherever I was. So
Mm.
the most I've been dealing with it is obviously here. And I don't necessarily hate it. I don't know what it is. I don't necessarily trust it, because I've seen what it can do. But in my eyes, it's like a sword. Obviously, you can't fully trust the sword to not cut you. But if you work hard enough, and you learn enough, you can greatly mitigate that chance of it cutting you. Or at the very least, if you can't utilize it yourself, you now know how to defend yourself better.
Hmm. It's actually a really good way of thinking about it. That is exactly what it is, too. The only difference is that one is arcane and one is, well, physical.
And yeah. But I guess maybe it's my simple way of looking at things. I don't know. That just because it uses some other force that I don't understand doesn't mean that even if I can't do it or I can't fully understand it, it doesn't mean that I shouldn't try and at least learn enough to keep myself safe or keep those that I want to keep safe. To give me at least some sort of chance.
Yeah. It would definitely be useful knowledge. There's lots of things that magic can do that even if you yourself don't do, would be good to know about to be prepared. In case it does happen. Because it's certainly not uncommon for, things like crime and things to be because of magic. Or
Some illnesses, apparently.
in a region.
No. Not to add to your plate, but perhaps sometimes when I visit, if you'd like, maybe I can bounce some questions off of you.
Sure. I'll answer whatever you have. To the best of my ability.
I enjoy your company, and I appreciate the help in regards to whenever I ask about stuff.
Anytime.
In a way. Because come from a quite a different way of life, in a way.
Very. Probably the most... I wouldn't say the most drastically different. Because, I assume your society functions like any other, just without magic. But
Yeah.
with it being so prominent, it does make it a bit of an outlier. To each their own.
Yeah. And I do have to say, I on a separate note, it's more of a personal note, I do appreciate how accepting of me you have been.
You are a person like any other. I see no reason to treat you different. As anyone on the ship, really. I just want people to feel like this place can be a second home. Or home, if people are staying.
Well, you definitely helped me make it feel a bit more like a new home.
Good. I'm glad.
Like I said, I don't exactly have anywhere really to go back to. I don't really have a goal in life. I was just kind of living.
Day by day.
Yeah. I guess technically I did have influence on my life when I first got here, but that left, so...
Mm.
And then I guess I have more or less somewhat found a new path.
Well, that's something.
Which, I guess, ironically, is sort of fallen into what I used to do. The whole
It is
keeping you informed thing.
always have some sort of duty to uphold, it seems, for you.
Maybe that's just how I need to... How I keep living is I need a duty, something to do. I don't know, that's... It's like, I get... yes, I work at the bakery, but I feel like I'd slowly lose my mind if all I did was bake bread.
I think that makes sense. I feel like anyone would get sick of the same task over and over and over again and no, like, breaks between.
Like, I enjoy baking bread. It's a relaxing thing, and it's even more enjoyable when I get to share it with somebody. And
You're very good at it.
well, I'm glad that you enjoy it. It makes my night whenever you appreciate it. And I try. I feel like, especially you deserve, something good, homemade to eat. I think you're the hardest worker out of
like I said,
everyone
it's
here,
nice.
in a way, so...
I guess. Maybe, but... I mean, people go out, basically risk their lives.
No.
Because I say something about it.
You don't get clobbered by, a cyclops, but there's no one else that is sitting here, in here all day, going over the paperwork, dealing with the messes that they create, and figuring out our next path, and getting all the information together. It's like, that's its own difficulties. Just because you're not out there physically being injured. Like, yes, that obviously I'm not taking away from individuals that do, but your task is just as hard of, at least mentally. You have to keep track of all that. I have a feeling you don't exactly get the sleep that you should be.
Maybe not, but... that's alright. The I guess this is somewhat. It's still relevant, but it's a little off topic. The only, I think, benefit of me basically being nocturnal is that, well, my home was under the moonlight, so I don't know. That's fine. I don't mind working through the night.
That's fair. I mean, if you're awake during the night and sleep during the day, then I know some people that do.
Mm.
That is something of our recent locations that I've missed. And that is, even while I'm here, something that I miss from back home, which is, at least on here, what I miss is just kind of the nature and the fresh air and the breeze in the evening. And then with our recent locations, just the night sky.
Well, I can at least assure that I think we won't be headed back into a desert. Hopefully after this we'll actually get to see, you know, trees again,
Grass.
the sky again, grass. Yeah. Even though we're in fall and all of the trees are losing their leaves, so maybe it'll be nice, pretty. At least it'll be cooler outside.
Well, if you are interested, as long as it's not too cool out, if our next destination has grass and trees and actual foliage, would you like to get off the ship for a day? Or at least an evening, maybe?
I can see about it.
I could make up a little picnic basket thing. Or maybe we can go have a little picnic or something like that. Some evening. Enjoy the stars and the moon.
Yeah. It would be nice to maybe steer us. You know, maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll steer into a direction where we're not tailing something. Just take a break for a minute. Even if just for one day.
That might be good. Yeah, even if it's just for a day, it's good to just get some time for yourself. Time to spend with others.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We'll see. But yes, regardless of where we stop, I will try to make time. I'm sure not only that, but I'm sure people will have questions and things. But yes.
It gives time to not just organize information and resources and everything, but it also gives time to recollect one's self and just, like I said, spend time with people that you want to spend time with that you don't normally get to while you're jumping around and dealing with things. And part of why, like I said, part of why I come visit you and bring you this, because I want to try and make sure you get some relaxing in. As well as you obviously enjoying your company, so hopefully, if we get to a location where we can, I'd love to take you out on a relaxing night where you can just enjoy some calm moments.
Yeah, that sounds pretty nice. Count on it for now.
We'll plan it for when we get a chance. Obviously, if you
Yes.
don't want to, you don't have to. It is an offer.
We'll talk more on it. I believe, unless you have anything else you want to talk about, I should probably get back to finishing these letters.
Yeah. What's any I can help with, or?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. It's just a couple. Honestly, I've probably gotten through a lot of them, but there's a few lingering ones, shipments that need to be looked over, is all.
I'm happy to help as much as I can.
Alright.
If I get to hopefully brighten your evening at least a little bit, even if that is to help with some paperwork, I'll do what I can.
Well, don't let me keep you too long, because I know you have somewhere to be in the morning. But, yes, thank you.
I'll be alright.
NC? Cool.
Brunch.
The chip ghost is here now.
I got this. Hold on.
I'm sorry to say you're dead.
No. They're in the middle of doing. Did you hear that shit? In the middle of doing paperwork, and then she just dies. She collapses on the ground.
Just dies of a heart attack. Like, no.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
I didn't mean to get that close to you. That was cute. Thanks for doing the scene.
Thank you.
Calm down.
I like.
No.
It's cute.
Yeah. I wish I could be out more as her. Curse DM life.
Yeah.
No, I
So I
enjoy
can
DMing.
insult her more as Chloe.
What the heck?
I just like to think that on occasion, she won't tell Nyx that she's coming back. She'll just immediately like go to the wherever the curator is and just insult her for like 30 minutes and then go back to Silva Mortis.
You're mean to me. You're mean.
Sometimes she'll show
Mean.
herself doing this.
Let's go put Chloe in the chronomancy room.
What happens?
What a great idea.
What
Yeah.
happens if I walked through Chloe in my Opasia armor?
I actually don't think anything would happen because it's her soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if?
I'm not made of magic. I'm just a
walked
soul.
through them with a soul-absorbing item.
Well,
I'll kill
I guess you're
myself.
stuck here again. You always have to stay between Shell and Nyx.
Fuck.
Connected to two items.
This fucking sucks.
And by between, we mean exactly between, like the exact distance between us.
Really feels enough on a fucking leash. Having to stay around Nyx.
Oh yeah, he has the mask. That's gonna be interesting whenever I have free time to play the cat, because that cat's just gonna follow Nyx around.
Yeah. Meow.
Yeah. At first he's gonna be
The
like,
curator should have her own personal Ouija board.
"Fuck."
Give me a Ouija board.
Dude,
She just has
Give me
one
a
because she's
Ouija
like
board.
trying to
Enjoyed the short
communicate
little
with her
thing.
dead
This
wife,
was
and then
just
eventually
a,
she sees it move and it says "fuck you."
My dead wife.
but she's with her. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. This
What
was
was
just a
that?
little scene that I wanted to do.
My
with
dead
with
wife.
the living so I figured
What's
I'd
she doing
stream it
there?
just to archive it. So hope you guys enjoy.
I don't know.
I'm going to go back to doing. I
What
don't
do you
Get her
know.
out.
know?
I'll probably be.
I mean,
hanging out, playing
Okay.
I know what she's doing in there, but
You have
she
a
doesn't
fantastic
know
evening.
what, you know? This is just my dream magic. Come on.
You're right. You just get blue.
I just get blue.